swords to plowshares, counterspell, counterbalance top, terminus into Jace type of strategy.
We do see that Devin has won game one, and you see Adam has assembled counterbalance and Sensei's Divine Top, and that's one of the things that's very difficult for the Reanimator deck to beat. Now, if Adam can assemble it in time, as they have a ton of 1 and 2 mana spells, and that's what counterbalance plus Sensei's Divine Top does thrive on.
Yes. It's actually good that Devin won game one because usually Reanimator is pretty favored in game ones, but the Rest in Pieces in Adam's main deck, 2 copies with 2 Enlightened Tutors, it's actually possible that he just gets, graveyard hated out of game one. But Devin did get away with taking that one down, and we are post board where Adam has access to another Enlightened Tutor and a couple of Red Elemental Blasts, a couple of more threats. Yeah. And
on Devin's side,
Devin's got Show and Tell.
Show and Tell is obviously the biggest one.
Yep.
He also has 2 copies of City of Traders in his sideboard. He also has a Tidespell Tyrant if he wants to sideboard into that. We've seen people sideboard that before as a threat of choice. For when, a Blazing Archon and Elesh Norn's not going to be good enough, which actually those cards are very poor in this matchup.
Yes.
Iona, Shield of Emeria, and Gristlebrand are obviously the 2 premier cards to be playing against a blue-white red helm deck. Tidespell Tyrant's not bad. You can get a little creative, make it very difficult for it to be removed from the table, but the most important cards in his sideboard, again, are Show and Tell, and the 2 copies of City of Traders, so he can do the nut draw, for lack of a better term, which is to play a turn 2 Show and Tell and put a huge threat into play.
It's an additional nut draw, right? Because it is the type of nut draw that plays around, that sort of dances around the graveyard, which is normally what the deck is focused on. But Show and Tell doesn't care about your graveyard, doesn't care about Rest in Peace, doesn't care about surgical, etc. You just put it directly into play. And actually, Adam Boyd has a Caracas in play, which is another card.
Real tough guy.
Another main deck card that is very good in this matchup. So as I was saying, the game one actually not that good for the Reanimator deck, but it did take it down, and Devin now fetching out. Looks like he's going to follow it up with an Exhume.
You can see Adam's hand of Venser and Force of Will, and how he's kind of tilted them. He's just ready to fire to counter the next reanimation spell, because you can assume this is probably going to be an Animate Dead or an Exhume, and he is just ready to go here. We'll see if Devin's going to pull the trigger on this reanimation spell or not. As you see him leafing through with City of Traders, he has a Brainstorm as well, and he's going to play City of Traders because this would help him play around Spell Pierce, and he is going to cast an Exhume. And Adam says, we don't know if there's any creatures in Adam's graveyard or anything right now, but you see Force.
He checks.
yeah, he's going to slide through his graveyard. You see Forcible and you see Venser Shaper Savant, so he has access to a counterspell. The question is, does he want to use it?
Yeah, what do we know what the creature getting exhumed is? Because if it's Gristlebrand, then I feel like you have to counter, but if it's, say, Tidespout Tyrant.
Yeah, if it's Iona, it's not that big a deal because of Caracas. If it's Inkwell Leviathan, though, which Devin does have a copy of his sideboard as well, that might be a little bit more problematic. So yeah. Adam is considering his options here because, the reason he's considering this as well is because, A, he has that Caracas, but B, he has Venser Caracas.
Yeah.
Which is the old combo, and now you're going to see Devin have another reanimation spell. He has another Exhume. Adam is cardless. The top card of his deck is Sensei's Divine Top, and here comes Inkwell Leviathan.
It is Inkwell Leviathan. So, Adam's answers, we aren't sure, what is still in his deck because we are post-board, but he does have access to 3 Terminus as well as a Supreme Verdict, and he could just straight up combo kill with Rest in Peace Helm or Rest in Peace Energy Field is probably going to be enough if he brought that in. So, definitely not cold, definitely not completely dead to the Inkwell Leviathan, but it is certainly a threatening clock.
Yeah, tick-tock.
Yeah, and a resilient one at that. No Swords to Plowshares, Jace Bounces, Caracas, Venser, none of that's touching Big Inky. Stinky Inky, if you will.
Which I won't.
Please?
I will not.
Okay. Ooh, Caracas, the more efficient wasteland of
Yeah, he'll sacrifice 2 of his lands in the City of Traders and the Crocs to take care of Adams. Going to get in with the Inkwell Leviathan. Going to knock Adam down to 11. The top card of Adam's deck right now is Rest in Peace, ironically enough.
A little late, but still needed for the Helm combo if that's what he is indeed going for.
It's one way to win.
He has access to a fetch land, so he can shuffle and look again if he's digging for a Wrath effect, or he can draw the Rest in Peace, take 7 more, look at 1 card deeper, then look at 3 new ones with the Strand, look for that Helm. You're looking for a Helm or a Wrath then.
Yep.
So that is what he chooses to do. Brainstorm for Devin. I did notice that earlier Devin cracked 2 fetches to keep his City of Traders in play, but that means that he needed to draw a fetch for his Brainstorm, which he did.
As we're going to see Adam
Counterbalance hits a Brainstorm.
So he's going to have a good shot to find some things to get himself out of this.
Certainly.
As Inkwell's going to come
Attack
across
you.
Yeah. I'm not going to attack your Counterbalance or your Rest in Peace.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack you.
Attack you.
And now Adam is going to sacrifice.
He's thinking about how bottlenecked his mana is going to be, and I feel like he has to crack.
Yeah.
If you're looking at Terminus, then your mana doesn't matter as much. But if you're looking for Helm, then you're going to need 5 to kill. So you're going to need to fetch and look now. No time for this. Like, draw your Brainstorm, cast your Brainstorm, go 1 deeper, put 2 back, then top again, go 1 deeper again. If you're still not there, then you can crack your fetch and look at 3. But that's all very mana intensive, and Adam does not have that much time. In fact, he has no time.
Yeah, we'll see if everything that you've explained is what's going to happen.
Vendilion, not so good. Strand, not so good.
Brainstorm, not the worst.
It's kind of the worst.
It's not good.
It's definitely not good.
But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. It could have been, I guess, more Rest in Pieces.
Yeah. So Mr. Boyd, considering his options here,
I think he has to put the fetch on top.
look at the new
Fetch,
card.
look. No. Fetch and look.
Okay.
Because he needs 5 for the Helm kill.
Okay.
It'll be his 6th land.
Yep.
So he needs to fetch.
Okay. Sure. Find 3
Look at
fresh
3
ones.
new ones. Hit the Helm, top into it, and kill. I assume that from his Brainstorm play, or cracking, not drawing his Brainstorm, he's not drawn a Terminus here. Those are very likely not in his deck. So he is going to be drawing to Helm, which is a 1-outer. For a couple turns there, he could have drawn an Enlightened Tutor, because he had, the extra turn to be able to draw it and cast it. But this turn, it needs to be Helm proper in 3 cards. One in 3.
Is the way to be. That rhymes, so that's probably true. It's one of life's little mysteries. If it rhymes, it's true. Yep, time to top. Hit 1. It's the slow reveal.
The self-slow
It's the
roll.
slow knife that cuts the deepest.
He just puts it off to the side.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. I love Adam. He's so funny.
How do we
it
do?
might be.
How do we do?
No, it's not it.
Force of Will, land, it looks like.
So Adam, gotta be one of his, one of the matchups that he's gotta be the most confident in, right?
Yeah, I
his
think
deck is based around Rest in Peace. His opponent's deck is based around the graveyard, and he gets 2-0'd.
It's a little bit surprising, to see that happen, especially when we cut into the game. We cut into a game
It
where
looked like a